It's Reese on the radio. We are back, folks, and I am very, very happy to be a supporter of this organization since its days when they destroyed, and I mean destroyed, Acorn. Senior journalist with Project Veritas, Mr. James Lalino, is on the line. Hello, James. Thank you for contacting us, and thank you for wanting to be on the show. I appreciate it. Thank you for being on Reese on the radio.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Here it is. You catch these guys over at Siemens having, I guess, the conference, and you'll explain to me what this was. But in the conference, did they believe that you were working with the government? And the gentleman's name is Clark Fangmeyer. Yeah, I didn't know if it was Feinmeyer or Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer. What did he think you were when you got him on tape? Did he think you worked for the government?
Oh, no. Didn't represent myself as someone from the government.
Right.
Essentially what happened was I walked into the event and just, monitoring the situation, seeing who was there. I knew that there was obviously economic people there, ESG types, green energy types. And first two guys I see was Fangmeyer and one of his associates. Started talking to them, having a conversation, because that's what we do at Project Veritas. We talk, we go out, we engage the subjects, and we have, we really ask a lot of questions. And sure enough, he told me I work at Siemens. I said, oh, great, I know Siemens. I've heard of them. And continuing the conversation, he started to say some inflammatory things about the company that he works for.
Right.
So I'm pretty shocked talking to him. I didn't know his position at the time. I just knew that he was a guy at Siemens Energy, the two of them. And, I walked away from the conversation thinking like, oh, that's definitely something. That might be newsworthy. And it wasn't actually until the very next day where I typed his name into Google and I realized, oh my God, this guy's the executive director.
But see, that's the most interesting part, James. He's offering all of this up, and all you asked him was, hey, what do you think about the Inflation Reduction Act? And he just starts talking about how it's benefiting their company. That's why I'm like, when he asked you, are you with the IRA folks? I thought he thought you were a government official. That's where it didn't make sense to me that he just asked a random question like that when you walked up to him. You didn't get that impression at all?
Who cares what I think? What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Which is fantastic, right? You guys are doing the journalism that ABC News, NBC News used to do back in the 80s and 90s. And it used to be on prime time. And now you guys have literally taken the mantle of that kind of journalism, and you've been maligned for it. Like, people, the regular news media won't even cover it. And this is a huge story. Everyone in America is being forced to believe that ESG is the wave of the future, green energy, diversity, all this nonsense. And then we get behind the scenes to find out it's an entire farce. It's being lied about. And in fact, as Clark says in the video, it's all fluff.
Well, it goes back to, the fact that we exposed the sacred cows.
Yes.
At the beginning of our history, like you said, we exposed Acorn, we exposed NPR, CNN, the New York Times, Facebook, Google, the big tech, education. We've exposed so many of the sacred cows that are in league with the mainstream media that they cover for them.
The most important part about what you revealed for me was what he said about how much money they're getting in subsidies from the federal government. And the fact that he says that it's rising inflation, that in and of itself should anger every American. But I want to read this letter from Clark Fangmeyer. Hi, Jonathan. I guess Jonathan has sent him an email for a response to this video. He says, you neither had my permission to record a video of me, nor do you have my permission to publish it. If you do publish a video without my permission, I will sue your company as well as you personally. Regarding the content of your email, you are being intentionally misleading and taking the conversation out of context. What in God's name is Clark talking about? We heard you, buddy. We're like looking at you on video say these words. No edits taken. How do you guys respond to these people who are always screaming litigation?
We have a great legal team, great legal minds, and they take care of all that stuff. And then we let the content speak for itself, right? We didn't do anything illegal here. New York is a one-party consent state. We know that we're not doing anything wrong. We got the best team here, and we huddle up and we talk about these things before we do them. And this is just a no-brainer. This is, him saying he's going to sue us personally, I mean, that's just irrelevant. So,
James, thank you so much. I appreciate you reaching out with us. James Lalino, senior journalist with Project Veritas. Go check out his video. This was unlike most of his videos, just randomly walking up to a guy who ended up being an executive at Siemens and getting the goods, man. We appreciate you being here, man. I really do thank you for calling us.
And the other thing I want to say is, if anyone out there has a tip, Veritas tips at protonmail.com. You can also DM us on our Instagram, Twitter, anything like that. We are secure, and we will, we can talk off the record, and any corruption you see in your schools or your business or anything like that you think is newsworthy, let us know.
Thank you. James Lalino, senior journalist with Project Veritas.